This friend may look loyal, but they're not what you think. Because once you understand how Machiavelli saw loyalty, you'll stop believing in words and start watching behavior. He didn't believe in blind trust. He believed in tested loyalty. And the test isn't what most people think. It's not about how long they've known you or how nice they act when things are good. That's not loyalty. That's comfort. And anyone can be loyal when they're comfortable. The real test begins when you have nothing to offer. No status, no success, no benefit. Machiavelli believed people serve power, not people. In other words, they're loyal to what you give them, not to who you are. And the moment those benefits disappear, their true face appears. So if you want to know who's real, pay attention to what happens when you stop being useful. Watch how they treat you when you can't help them. Do they disappear? Do they act colder, less available? That's not a coincidence. That's their truth. And the longer you ignore it, the deeper the future betrayal cuts. Take away the throne. Who still bows? This is how kings tested loyalty. They would fake a fall, lose money, show weakness, even create rumors about themselves, just to see who stayed loyal when there was no gain involved. Because if someone only stands by you when you're on top, they're not loyal. They're attached to your position, not your character. And the moment someone else shines brighter, they'll jump ships without hesitation. This doesn't just happen in politics or history. It happens in real life, every day. Think about the people in your circle. Who calls when you're quiet? Who checks in when you're not winning? Who shows up without expecting something in return? That's who's real. Because real loyalty isn't loud. It doesn't need to perform. It just stays. The danger is, most people confuse loyalty with time. We've been friends for years. But time means nothing if that time was only spent while you were giving attention, giving support, giving energy. Machiavelli understood that loyalty must be proven under pressure. So create that pressure, not through drama but through distance. Step back, slow down the benefits, then watch. The reaction will tell you everything. Fake loyalty fades when there's nothing left to take. Real loyalty stands even when there's nothing left to gain. So if you really want to know who's loyal, don't ask. Don't announce it. Don't test with words. Just change the conditions. Because loyalty that needs perfect weather is not loyalty at all. It's convenience. And once you see that difference, your circle gets smaller, but safer. Loyalty isn't just about who stays when you have nothing. It's also about how people react when you say one powerful word, no. Because if someone only respects you when you're giving, they were never respecting you. They were respecting your usefulness. And Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. He didn't trust what people said. He trusted how they reacted when power or control was taken away. One of the fastest ways to test someone's loyalty is by setting a boundary. Tell them no. Refuse a favor. Pull back your time. Watch what happens. A loyal person might feel disappointed, but they'll accept it. They'll understand you have your limits. But someone who's fake, who's only pretending to be loyal, they'll show you their true colors immediately. They'll guilt trip you. They'll act cold. They'll question your loyalty, even though you've just drawn a line for the first time. Machiavelli believed people are driven by self-interest, and if your boundaries stop them from getting what they want, they'll either adjust or they'll punish you. That's the test. This is where most people go wrong. They think keeping peace means being available all the time, but peace without respect is just silent control. The moment you start saying no, you find out who's been treating your kindness like a weakness. You find out who only stayed because you never said no before. It might be a friend who always expects you to drop everything for them. The moment you can't, they vanish. Or they bring up everything they've done for you, just to make you feel guilty. But loyalty isn't supposed to be used as a weapon. If they're throwing it back in your face, it was never real, it was a deal. And your no just broke the contract they thought they had over you. You might also see this in relationships. The moment you set a boundary about your time, your space, or your priorities, the shift happens. The silence begins. The mood changes. Why? Because they weren't there for you. They were there for access. And now that access is being limited, they start to show resentment. But that's good. Machiavelli believed that truth appears when comfort disappears, and boundaries remove comfort. They force people to reveal their real intentions. So don't be afraid to set limits. Be afraid of the people who can't respect them. Because real Loyalty doesn't collapse under pressure. It adapts, it grows. It respects the fact that you're not a machine built to serve others. You're a person with needs, values, and self-respect. You don't need loud loyalty. You need tested loyalty. And boundaries test everything. The final and most dangerous test of loyalty is simple. Give them power over you and watch what they do. This is where most people get fooled. They think loyalty is about sticking around when things are bad. But Machiavelli knew the deeper truth. If you want to see someone's real nature, give them power, even just a little, and then stay quiet. Because power doesn't change people. It reveals them. Give them trust. Give them your secrets. Let them speak in rooms you're not in. Let them make decisions when you're not around. Then listen. Watch. Do they protect your name? Or let it sink to protect their own? Do they use your vulnerability as a weapon? Or do they guard it like it's their own? This test works because it flips the roles. Most people only act loyal when they need you. But the moment they feel stronger, more admired, more in control, they start showing you who they've been all along. They interrupt you more. They take credit for things you helped them with. They stop showing appreciation. They feel bigger and they want you to feel smaller. This happens in friendships, work, even families. You might support someone, lift them up, share your time, energy, or platform with them, and as soon as they get what they wanted, they act like they no longer need you. They don't attack you directly. They just distance themselves. They downplay your role. They forget the steps that brought them up the ladder. Machiavelli warned rulers about this exact thing. He said, if you raise someone too quickly, they forget who raised them. And that's the danger. Some people only play loyal while they're climbing. Once they reach the top, they rewrite the story. You go from the person who helped them to the one who's now in the way. That's why you need to give small doses of power and observe. Don't hand over everything. Give trust in pieces and watch how they hold it. If they protect it, support you, and still treat you with respect, you found someone real. But if they use it to rise above you, speak behind you, or act like they no longer owe you anything, then the truth is clear. They were never loyal. They were strategic. True loyalty doesn't shift with position. It doesn't disappear when they feel stronger. In fact, real ones become even more protective when given power. They use it to lift you, not replace you. So don't be fooled by the quiet friend, the helpful coworker, or the supportive partner until you've seen what they do when the spotlight isn't on you, but on them. That's the final test. And most people fail it because loyalty isn't tested in weakness, it's tested in power. And if someone can hurt you but chooses not to, that's not just loyalty. That's character. Loyalty isn't about words. It's not about how long someone's been in your life or how often they say they've got your back. It's about what they do when the situation changes. And that's where most people go wrong. They wait to be betrayed instead of testing before trust. Machiavelli never trusted easily. He believed loyalty was something to be proven, not assumed. That's why he studied power, control, and human nature so deeply, because he knew that betrayal rarely comes from strangers. It comes from people who called you brother, best friend, or love. And by the time they show their real face, it's already too late, unless you've tested them first. So now you know the 3 ways to do that. First, take away the benefits and see who stays. When you're not shining, when you're not helping, who still checks in? That's the first sign. Second, set boundaries. Say no. Step back. Watch how they react when you stop giving freely. That's where the mask slips. Third, give them power. Let them lead something. Share your name, your trust, your silence, and watch what they do with it. Do they protect it, or do they quietly take advantage? These aren't games. These are truths. You're not manipulating people. You're revealing their real nature before they can hurt you. You don't need to beg for loyalty. You need to observe it, because the moment you start asking, who's really with me, you've already waited too long. People show you every day, but only if you know what to look for. Machiavelli didn't believe in blind love, blind faith, or blind loyalty. He believed in evidence, in watching, in testing, and in walking away when the truth became clear. So take this mindset into your life. Test quietly, observe without warning, and when people reveal themselves, believe them. Loyalty isn't loud, it's not perfect, but it's proven. In silence, in struggle, and in power. Don't fight to keep people close. Just create the pressure, the boundaries, and the opportunity. The loyal will stay, the fake will leave, and both will do it on their own. That's the power of testing. You don't chase loyalty, you reveal it.